Hi, my name is Ariel McConnell, and I will be presenting the process of synaptic communication. Synaptic communication is the process of sending and receiving information through two nerve cells. The presynaptic cell is the one who sends out the information, while the postsynaptic cell is the one who receives it. The information is sent through an open space called the synaptic cleft. The communication process starts with a synaptic delay, which is the process before the signals are sent out. During this point, the axon terminal of the presynaptic cell lines up with the dendrites of the postsynaptic cell. Once they are lined up, they are now capable of communicating with each other. Communication is only possible through neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are made up of a combination of acetate and chloride ions called acetylcholine. They are made in the cell body or the axon terminal and are wrapped in vesicles. Now it is ready to be sent out, but is only decided to be sent out through an action potential. An action potential triggers the release only when calcium ion is activated from calcium gates, which are activated by sodium gates. All of this is made possible by depolarization. The action potential then has to reach its threshold or limit in order for it to be sent out. Once it reaches its threshold, it's carried out by the calcium ions in a process called exocytosis. Exocytosis is the movement of the signal outside of the cell. Once the signal is sent out, it is sent out through a concentration gradient. The chemical is highly concentrated and causes the molecules to spread out from one another in a process called propagation. The receptors on the postsynaptic cell are very sensitive and attract neurotransmitters. They then get locked in and activate the receptors, which alters and ultimately changes the state of the postsynaptic cell. There are two types of receptors. The first one is ionotropic receptors, which are sites where neurotransmitters can bind. This allows ions to flow into the neuron. The neurotransmitter that binds is called a ligand, which gives the ionotropic receptor another name, ligand-gated ion channel. The other receptor is the metabotropic receptor, or the G-protein coupled receptor. They also bind, but instead of opening an ion channel, they activate a G-protein, which can influence the opening of an ion channel, but can also affect enzymes and activate molecules called second messengers, which initiate signaling cascades within the cell. Once accepted, the information can have two effects, excitatory and inhibitory influence. Excitatory effects increase the probability that the postsynaptic cell will fire an action potential, while an inhibitory influence decreases the chance of an action potential being fired. After the signal is transferred, the neurons go through a refractory period or resting period, where signals are not being received and everything goes back to its original state. Soon it will prepare itself to accept more signals and repeat this whole process once again. And that is how synaptic communication works. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.